Live. I've come on here to have a rant. No, it's not a rant. Why did I ruin it and just say that? Is my music too loud? I am gonna, I'm doing this to save it on IGTV. I've got to ruin myself by putting a filter on, haven't I? Never gonna live up to it. But I came on here today and I'm saving this on IGTV because I want to talk about guilt. So we all carry guilt for so many different reasons, but today I want to talk about a certain type of guilt that I guess I probably resonate with. But also I want to talk about it because I've had a couple of people in the Orange Room over the past week. So the Orange Room is my online community. If you're not in, come in. Oh, look at the state of me, by the way. I took my hair clip out and it's like the most relief. You know, you got your hair clipped up like that. You take it out. Oh, it's lovely. But the other one can come out. But yeah, a couple of people over the... No, that's distracting. A couple of people over the past week in the Orange Room have reached out to me. Just talking, and in that conversation guilt came up, right? And today I was coaching someone, and one of the heaviest things that my client was experiencing was guilt. Yeah. And all three people in the past week, I need to take this filter off because my lips are way too full. Have you not seen me? No. Disliked it. Anyway, I distract myself. But so all three of them were talking about the guilt attached with like lockdown ending and them feeling nervous because they're going to be in social circles where they weren't checking up or checking in with the people that they're going to now be seeing. So one person told me that their family are going to have a gathering, but they haven't really been checking on their family during the pandemic and during the past year. They haven't been checking in. They haven't been doing the old FaceTimes as much as they had, hoped they might. So they're feeling really anxious about going to a family party. And then someone else explained to me that a friend of theirs had gone through a really hard time, and that hard time had kind of triggered them, and they found it really hard to reach out and support that person because of what it's triggering for them. And then the other person, so if anyone resonates with each scenario, the other person had said that just a friend that they weren't necessarily super like close with, but they keep wanting to catch up with and never do, and so they're feeling guilty, right? And I get it. Like, I get it. I feel these things, like I really do, often. And I know it can sound a little bit bitter or a little bit like give to receive, and I don't feel like that. Like, I don't feel we should give to receive, and I don't feel that we should do this kind of like strategic overthinking. But ask yourself why you haven't done that thing that's causing you guilt. So if you haven't reached out to someone, or you haven't gone above and beyond, or just ask yourself why. Are you up for that? Are you in the mood? Are you trying to people please when it's out of your capacity? You have to honor that. You have to. Are you worrying about, like, one of the things, and I definitely resonate with this, and I know I'm talking about other people, but I wouldn't be bringing it up if it weren't something that I resonate with. And one of the people that I spoke to was like, I feel awful posting on social media because I know that they're seeing and I haven't caught up with them or whatever. And what you have to ask yourself is, do you have the capacity to catch up with someone? How long has it been? If you haven't spoken to someone for a few weeks or a few months, there's a lot to talk about, and sometimes you don't want to go there. You don't feel to put that much energy into a conversation. It can be tiring. And if you're not in that place, then you just have to honour that, and you have to let go of the guilt. And then there's the other scenarios and other things that you've got to consider. Why, do you want to catch up with that person? Do you feel to? If, you know, and I'm not talking about like if someone's going through a hard time and it's triggering, then you've got to protect your own, you've got to protect yourself. Send as much love as you can, but protect yourself. But, and this is horrible. This is, okay, I say it's horrible and I don't want to say that, but it's something that you have to consider. And the person that I spoke to has been through a mental health journey, like a serious mental health journey, like serious. Like she had, and I asked her if I could mention it. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but she'd been sectioned. She had been rejected from, you know, social circles and stuff like that. And when all this stuff was going, like her whole mental health journey, the people that she's feeling guilty about, they weren't checking on her. They weren't seeing how she is, you know. And another person that I spoke to, and I had to ask these questions. I did ask these prodding or prompting questions because I get it. And another person that I spoke to had started a business last year. And the people that she's feeling guilty about have not even mentioned to her the fact that she started a business. She's feeling guilty about not checking in on someone who hasn't even acknowledged that she has become an entrepreneur. I'm not saying that people have to be super supportive or super into your business, but drop the guilt. And if they aren't dishing the guilt out to you, if they're not dishing out vibes to you to make you feel guilty, then you get out your own head. You have to. I'm not saying this to like be like, well, what did you do for me? Where were you? Oh, sorry, my screen turned off. Where were you when I needed you? No, it's not that. But just evaluate. Just sit and stop. Who are you feeling guilty about? This pandemic hit us all differently. It hit us all differently. Everyone's coping in different ways. Some people have a job, some don't. Some working from home, some aren't. Some don't have the mental capacity to talk. Some are reflecting on, what did we even talk about anyway? You know? So ask yourself questions. Who are you feeling guilty about and why? Have they made hints that you should feel bad for not contacting them or connecting with them? Have they made you feel bad? Or is it just you in your head? Are you judging yourself? Are you being your own worst enemy and putting pressure on yourself so that you have anxiety, so you can't rest? Self-sabotage at its finest, you know? Because that happens. I do it about 6 times a day and I'm definitely dying to it. I'm not continuing. This is a tune, by the way. Anyway, it's true. So evaluate. Why are you feeling guilty? Is it yourself or is it them? Have they said something or have you? And if they have said something, think about your own life. Have they been like a massive support to you and that's why you're feeling guilty? Because they have supported you along everything. Your mental health journey, your business, your move, your new life, whatever you're doing. And I am saying certain things that resonate with me because I've had to do this. Why are you feeling guilty? Is it because they showed up for you and you aren't showing up for them? And if that's the case, then you schedule some time. Treat your friends right. Love on your friends the way that they're loving on you. But if not, chill out. Yes, love on people that, you know, you don't have to receive to give. Love on people. Show people gratitude. Show people what they aren't even giving you. Love on them. But don't carry guilt about not doing the most. About not doing the most when that's not the kind of relationship you have. You might just have high standards for yourself. You might just feel like I should be doing this for that person. I should be showing up for that person. Even though they've never shown up for me, I should be. And that's beautiful. And that's beautiful that you feel like that. But drop the guilt. Do it when you got time. Drop the guilt. You know? It's heavy. Guilt is heavy. And any heavy emotion causes depression because depression depresses you. Depress down. Depression is just a culmination of heavy emotions. Guilt is one of them. Drop it. Drop it. If you know you need to be showing up for people because they've shown up for you, and not just because of that, because you love them, then fix up. Spend some time. If you ain't got the capacity, communicate that. Tell people. I sound so ghetto just then. When I don't practice, I'm a bit ghetto, guys. But set some time aside. Send a lovely message. Send something in the post. If you don't feel like interacting, it can be draining. Send a message. Send a letter. Send a card. Loads of people are selling beautiful cards online right now. pandemic businesses, Girl Kind community have some amazing ones. Send people an old-fashioned card and let them know that you love them and you're sorry that you're not checking in if they are your people. But if you're carrying guilt for not checking in on people that don't check in on you, you're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy. And it's not that these people are bad or you shouldn't. It's just a waste of energy. Think about it. You know, the person that I spoke to earlier set up a business last year. The person that she's feeling guilty about has not even said to her, you've set up a business, or well done. She knows that she set that business up, but she's never acknowledged it. That's weird. That's mad. And I'm not saying, again, I have to repeat, I'm not saying everyone has to be over supportive. If you don't agree with that person's business, it doesn't align with your values, cool. But that's a big step to start your own business. And you're feeling guilty for not, doing pandemic FaceTimes for someone that hasn't acknowledged that you became an entrepreneur and you took that big step. I'm sorry, but you can love them, but drop the guilt. Yeah, it's the same as if you've been on a mental health journey. You've been diagnosed with something. You've been sectioned. You've been free from something. You've had to change your life because of your new attitude towards yourself. And no one's said to you, rah, you got diagnosed with bipolar. Well, you got sectioned. You people didn't say that to you, but you're guilty for not FaceTiming them. Drop it. You can still have these relationships. You can still be close to people, but the guilt, again, I repeat, the guilt will make you heavy. And any heavy emotion causes and leads to depression. Depression is a group of heavy emotions that weigh you down. All right? So that's the end of my TED Talk about guilt. Because I definitely experience it. I definitely carry loads of guilt. I'm an empath. I'm super sensitive and I've been a people pleaser and I probably still am. I want to always, there's loads of things I'm learning about myself where this resonates for me. But I work through it and I also know that I want to show up for people. Even if they don't show up for me, I want to be a good example. I want to be loving. I want to treat people how I want to be treated, even if they don't treat me that way. I'm not trying to act like I'm some cherub because I'm not. I feel bitter at times. I do. I'm human. But that's the example I try to lead. But when I hear and I speak to 3 people in 1 week that are going through the same and I'm coaching them and telling them, don't drop that guilt. And they're like, yeah. And I have to ask them because I know their life. I know what they've done recently. I know that they've been free from a section. I know that they've started a business. And I have to ask them, did this person support you in that? Did this person check in on you and congratulate you or, support you? Get on board with what you're doing. No, they never. So why you got guilt for not FaceTiming them during the pandemic? Get out of it. Love them. I'll repeat, I'm going around in circles, but don't dismiss people, but just drop the heaviness. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it, man. Drop it. I know loads of people are probably feeling like this, and the pandemic's lifting. This filter is doing my head in. I should never have started. Look how big my lips look. But drop the the restrictions are lifting, and you shouldn't be feeling nervous about seeing certain people because you didn't check in on them. If you feel there are people that you should have, and that you could be neglecting your side of the relationship, then this is a time of reflection where you say to yourself, do you know what? I could have done more. Why didn't you? If you love that person, why didn't you? I was feeling overwhelmed. I was trying to navigate my way through other emotions. Well, that's a good enough excuse. You come first. And you can still love people. You can still have valuable relationships. So if there are people that you do need to give that little explanation to, then do it. Be bold. Don't be timid. Do it. I'm going to keep repeating myself, but it's important. Is anyone resonating? I can't even see if anyone's commenting. Let me check. Oh my gosh, people are here. Kat's here. Domini's here. Get him. I'm joking. Why am I so ghetto? It's Friday night. It's because it's Friday night, guys. I'm listening. Look. Hear this. I didn't even know you lot are in here. It doesn't show me. Say, on the flip, I'm actually nervous about seeing people that never checked on me during a pandemic, and I checked in all the time. Don't be nervous. Leave that. Don't be nervous. If you were the one doing all the checking in, then you should be cool. If you're feeling this spaghetti, you don't need to feel nervous. No, not at all. If it's awkward, if you're realizing stuff because of the pandemic that they're not checking in on you, then it's an eye-opener. It's a beautiful time of growth. It's a beautiful time of realizing who is who. And sometimes we've got people that are like friends and they should just be acquaintances. And then we've got people that are just like, yeah, me and her's cool. And they should be fam. You can choose your family, you know. I can't believe you lot have been here and I didn't know that. It's weird though, because I feel bad for even thinking that. I hear you. I didn't look at you lot in here. I didn't even know. My thing was stuck. I couldn't even see people in here. All right, let me have a look. Who's talking? Now I can just see who's joining. I can't see who's talking. Oh, you make a valid point. Yeah, it's true. You don't even have to resonate. It's coming up. It's coming up. People who are meant for you will get it, period. Do you let them do them? Exactly. Love is love. Like, people who are for you understand if you're struggling in that way, right? But also, if you're feeling like there's a weird resistance, like I don't want to check in on that person, then consider that the Lord is using this time to really show us what we need to be doing with our life and who we need to be around. Not all the time, don't get me wrong. There are people in my life that I definitely wish I was checking in on more and wish I was FaceTiming, like my brothers, my niece, my family, my sisters. Like, there's people that I wish I was FaceTiming more, but I just haven't had, I personally haven't had the capacity some days. I feel like overwhelmed. I feel shy. Weird stuff. But I love them and they know. And I hope that my messages let them know, you know. But there is some unnecessary guilt that it's not needed. It's definitely not needed. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop talking about this now. I'm probably gonna stop this so that I can save it as a specific IGTV called Guilt. But I might come back on. What are you lot up to anyway? It's Friday night. What's everyone saying? I've turned extreme. It's Friday night. I don't know what happened to me. I've turned road man. But yeah, if anyone wants to chat, I'm open. If not, I'm gonna come out of here. I'm gonna save this for anyone that needs it. Or shall I? Shall I just leave it? Save it for anyone that needs it, and maybe I'll come back on. I'm actually gonna I've got my easel out there. Is my hair completely flat and greasy at the back and I'm turning to the side and showing a flat head? You know, when you think you're turning to the side, it's like, and then your hair's flat and greasy. But I've got my easel outside and it's still quite light, so I might go out there and paint and get live. Should we listen to tunes? Burna Boy's on the... Oh, calm down, cuz. Burna Boy's on the old... So we could go outside and paint. What are you saying? Shall I? It's shook at how good you look at 22:46 in a pandemic. It's only 6:46 here, honey. And I've got a filter on. I should never have done it. I should never have put it on. It's making me look like I've got a swell lip. I don't have this lip. No, my lip ain't like that, but it's close. But I'm just so aware it's a filter. It's making me feel paro. But I'm in Pennsylvania on the East Coast, so here it's 6:47. I don't speak Portuguese, but good evening from over in Brazil. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. You're right. Political. I like that name. Political. Yeah, come on. It's a nice name. So yeah, I'm gonna save this. Yes. Oh, so you're saying do it? Go out and do the paint? Yeah. All right. I've got a painting that I've done just because I wanted to get paint out, but it's rubbish, man. It's boring. But I need to go outside and like flick loads of paint on it, because I do it inside, it's gonna stain up the walls and the carpet. Yeah. All right. So we letting go of guilt. I'll save this for anyone that didn't watch it. I hope this doesn't sound like I'm taking shots, because I'm definitely not. I do resonate with certain parts. I'm not taking shots. But I just don't want anyone feeling like the 3 people that I've spoken to, because it's a waste. It's a waste of energy. Who agrees that low feelings bring us down, make us feel heavy, and lead to depression? That's what depression is. Feelings like guilt, sadness, regret. What else? Sadness, regret, guilt. There's probably more. Just can't think of them off the top of my head. But they all lead to depression. Wasted potential. All those heavy things that we think about, which includes regret, causes us to feel low, heavy, weighing on our shoulders. And then next thing you know, don't want to get out of bed. Don't want to do anything. Loss of interest in everything. So, anyway, I'm going to go. And I'll probably start another one in a minute when I've got my paints out there. My easel's out there. And it's still light. So I'll get my paints and I'll get you lot back on the live, yeah? Happy weekend, my honeys. Bye.